Don't worry about my caffeine consumptions.
Okay. I will just worry about my own then.
Let me just say this. I have such bad ADHD. The caffeine does not affect me how it affects everybody else.
Yeah.
If I was on medication and I drank this much caffeine, we'd have a problem.
All right.
But
also, I just don't think it's very good for your heart to have that much caffeine. Like, I don't, not that it's...
Is that foreshadowing you're doing to me?
No.
My dad had his heart attack at 30-some years old.
Okay.
He died at 42.
That's not...
Died at 42.
Welcome to the haunt.
Yay! Rick is really concerned about my caffeine consumption and my lungs. Not my lungs. My heart.
If you're new here, we're your paranormal hotspot for all things spooky. And I'm Brick.
So we just switching it up like that?
Why not?
Oh, okay. I'm Shisha. Hello.
Hi.
I'm a little thrown off guard. She said I switched up our whole entire intro.
Not really. That was our intro from the beginning. Like, welcome to the haunt, your paranormal hotspot. And then we just dropped it and stopped doing that. So, I'm bringing it back.
Bringing it back. My ears feel heavy.
Okay. You do have some heavy earrings in there, so that makes sense.
I sized up last night. So
Gotcha.
I was in there to stretch out the hole.
Gotcha.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, taken out of context,
I
not the best.
have stretched ears. Like, I have gauges. As people will know, I have gauges. And I sized up last night. Okay? That's what we're talking about. Don't be nasty, you weirdo.
Well, out of context, it's, yeah.
Weirdos.
So, this is going to be a weird mishmash episode.
Girl, we're a weird mishmash as it is. So, what's new? What's new?
It fits.
It fits really well.
Yeah, these are a bunch of different places that I am very intrigued by, but there's just not enough information out there to, fill a full hour episode.
Of each thing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I just kind of have a mishmash of different places that I'm like, these are fun, I want to talk about it.
Okay, pop off, let's do it.
They're all in America, so these are haunted places in America, I suppose is the umbrella of all of these. But we're gonna start in Ohio, which, if you don't know, well, you obviously don't know. Before we started recording this, we were talking about maybe planning a trip to Ohio in the future, because there are a lot of spooky haunted locations in Ohio that we would love to visit. And there's a lot of stops on the way that we would love to visit. So hopefully we'll get to Ohio one day.
Oh, no, we're getting to Ohio.
Yeah, we're planning it. It's very early planning stages, but it's going to be fun. But anyway.
It's going to happen.
This is, I wonder how close this is to Cincinnati. I'm going to look that up later. But we're in Moonville, Ohio. Wait, you know this?
No.
I'm going to cry. No. What's going on?
The tunnel?
Yes.
God, no! That's what I'm doing today. You jinxed us!
I did jinx us!
You jinxed us!
I did jinx us!
No!
Well, we can skip that one then. Oh. Tune in next week when we talk about Moonville, Ohio.
Oh my God!
That's actually really funny.
That's never happened before.
No, I just said last week. I don't know if it was for a Halloween special or... No, I think it was for...
I think it was for...
the actual podcast last week.
Yeah, I don't remember, to be honest.
So it'd be 2 podcasts ago, I said I was really surprised that we've never had the same topic because we don't discuss what we're going to talk about until we actually talk about it.
Did we get here?
Yes. That's funny.
Wow, because like that, I found out about that from Billy.
Really?
Yes, because he's been there.
Oh, I would love
and
to go there.
And he's experienced that place.
I'm adding that to our list.
We have to go.
Yes, I'm adding that to my list.
Because he told me about it.
Tune in next week to hear all about the Moonville Tunnel. So anyway.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's really funny.
That's like 30 minutes from him. That's like not far from him either.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's like right by Mackey, Moonville,
yes.
all that.
Oh yeah, we're adding it to the list.
Yes.
So
now we're definitely going to Ohio.
Yes. That's so funny.
Isn't that weird?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on then. Scratch that. We're gonna go to Long Island, New York. There's a lot in Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long Island, New Jersey, that whole area is kind of fucked up too.
Yes. Yes. But we're gonna talk about Lake Ronkonkoma.
Oh, I heard of Lake Ronkonkoma.
Yes.
Okay.
I love this story. I don't love all of like the tragedy, but it's just so fascinating to me. So it is the largest lake on Long Island.
Okay, yeah.
And because of this lake, Lake Ronkonkoma used to be like a resort town.
Okay.
However, due to pollution, it's kind of not as popular as it once was because
it's kind of smelly.
Well, it's recommended you don't swim in it. It used to be like a huge beach, like, you know, but it is toxic to swim in. So
gotta live in a toxic area. We're toxic as fuck. No,
yes.
We are not. No, we are not.
Oh, I try very hard to not be toxic. Everyone has toxic moments. That's part of being human, but
I would say I've never been toxic. Actually, no.
We all have toxic moments.
I have toxic times, but I'm doing better. I'm a better person.
Listen, we all go through it.
I was toxic with my ex, and we're done with that now.
Yep. We all go through it. But anyway, it's also not recommended to swim in there because of the curse. So this was before.
There's a curse?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This was before the government was like, yeah, it's not safe because of all the bacteria and pollution in here. You shouldn't be swimming in it. Which, who knows if that's even true. That might have just been the government saying like, hey, you shouldn't be swimming in here. Trying to be like, because this curse has some weight to it.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Okay.
So, we have a Lady of the Lake.
Wait a minute. Lady of the Lake ain't never good, no. Okay. All right.
A La Llorona, if you will. Though not quite.
Not quite.
Yeah, not quite.
But
slightly different, but that's kind of a Lady of the Lake archetype.
Yes, very, very much.
So she was a native princess who fell in love with an Englishman, or a colonizer, if you want to use different terms.
If you want to be so specific.
He lived across the lake from her. And her father found out about this love affair that was going on and was like, nope, you're not going to see this guy because he is the enemy. So, this ain't happening in my household.
Not today, you're grounded.
Yep. So, she, for 7 years, would write him letters. And he never responded.
Girl, let it go.
And one day she had heard that he had died. So, very distraught, she goes out into the middle of the lake and stabs herself in the heart.
Huh? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
She wrote this man letters for 7 years.
Yeah.
And he never once responded back.
Correct. Yeah.
And she was this upset?
Yes. Like, she never ever let it go. Obviously. Even after death.
Who am I thinking of? I'm thinking of somebody from a TV show.
Okay.
It's like all...
The Notebook?
I never seen.
Because he wrote for her for 10 years. Well, I'm sorry, what? Did you?
This is why I don't tell nobody that.
Did you just say you've never seen The Notebook?
This is correct.
Okay. Okay, that's a lot to take in.
Maybe I'll go home and watch it tonight.
It is a classic.
Is it?
It is a classic.
Is it?
Yes.
Does anyone get stabbed or killed?
Not stabbed, but there is some death.
There's some death?
But it's not like a...
Is it gory?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not gory.
Oh.
This is like it's a love story. It's a romance. It's not spooky. It's not...
See, I'm watching Twin Paranormal while I'm sleeping. I'm really into the spooky vibes right now.
Well, you can pretend it's spooky. Just pretend there's a ghost there the whole time.
They ain't the same. They ain't the same.
Anyway, I just watched the Barbie movie recently, too. I just thought of that because of Ryan Gosling.
You saw it? Ryan Gosling is fun. I don't care what anyone says. He's fun.
He was really good in the Barbie movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
He looks good blonde.
He does. He does.
A little too tan in that movie, but I get what they're trying to do.
Yep. He was
Ken
tan.
is orange.
Yep.
Not tan.
Orange. Yes. He was a great Ken. But anyway, legend has it, at Lake Ronkonkoma, this native princess comes back once a year to sacrifice a man.
I'm sorry.
Either to avenge the death of her English lover, or to hopefully
He probably
find
just died
him.
of sickness. What do you mean to revenge the death of your English
was, like,
lover?
in the 1600s too, so this was like...
more likely it was just sickness, my dog.
Yeah.
What did these other men do to you? Nothing. You know what I want to go to Jersey for? Some good Italian food.
I'm struggling to find the connection.
and like Long Island too. Like I want some good Italian food.
I see.
That's literally it. I hear Long Island, I hear New Jersey, I think of the Italians.
That's fair.
I want some good...
There are no Italians in this story, but that's fair.
I didn't say there was. I was just saying that I really want some good Italian food. Okay, anyways.
So, there are statistics to back this up. So, there's a man who was a lifeguard there for a long time. His name is David Igneri.
So, David, you knew better.
Well, he didn't when he started.
Okay.
But, like, he definitely does now.
Did he die? Is he still alive?
He's still alive that I know of.
Oh, okay.
But there's this very strange story that he has to share. So, during his time as a lifeguard, he encountered 30 drownings. All of them were men. Okay,
listen. I understand the hatred for men and them being gross. Trust me, I get it. I have an ex-husband. I get it. I understand a hatred of men. I do. I really do. But we still need men to make this world go around.
Unfortunately.
Okay?
No, yeah.
We still need them. The fact that 30 men...
Mm-hmm. He said that there were many...
I guess population control.
Yeah, there you go. It works. He said that there were many females who survived circumstances that should not have been survivable at this lake. So, the men specifically are targeted.
Okay, we need men, okay?
He also tells this story of he had this dream, a reoccurring dream.
Oh, no.
Very vivid. He was underwater. And he... like, couldn't breathe, right? He was, like, kind of starting to panic. And he thought to himself, follow the bubbles up. So he follows the bubbles up in his dream, reaches the surface, and fireworks go off, okay? So he's had that reoccurring dream for a while, and he's thinking, oh, man, the 4th of July is coming up. That's going to be crazy at the lake.
I close it down. No one's allowed to be on the lake.
He didn't have the authority to do that. He was just a lifeguard.
I'll get fired. If I'm not here, y'all not here.
So, 4th of July comes around. There is a boy who drowns.
No, not, you said a boy.
Yeah. I mean, he was like a young adult. And this David Igneri guy goes out looking for him because that's his job, right? And he's underwater. He kind of starts to panic. He sees the bubbles, follows the bubbles up, and the fireworks go off. Just like in his dream. And they never found the kid who drowned. So I think that's when he was kind of like, yeah, I'm done being a lifeguard here. So there's also this weird myth that Lake Ronkonkoma is bottomless. And that's just because there's a really deep part of the lake where it's a very shallow lake for the most part, but there's a really deep drop off. I think they say it's like 60 feet, which is pretty deep for a lake.
But the body would still fill with gas and come back up to the surface unless something ate it.
I mean, it's possible, right?
I mean, this is true. This is true.
So yeah, that's Lake Ronkonkoma.
Well, no, we're not going.
Oh yeah, I don't ever want to go there, but I find it fascinating that there's actually like
from a distance.
There's actually like facts to back up this like curse.
Yeah, that is true. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
And people don't swim in it anymore. Not recommended because of the pollution, but also not recommended because of the curse.
10 out of 10
so,
to recommend.
Yeah.
Unless you want to die.
I mean...
Cutesy. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Let's not romanticize dying. Anyway.
You know what I've come to terms with recently? I'm really not scared to die.
Well, that's good.
Like, I'm not scared to die like myself.
Yes. That's same.
I'm more just scared to die for the sake of my kids.
That's what I've
depending
said.
on whatever time I die.
Yeah.
Like if they're like old enough and they're adults throughout the house, and
yeah.
Then I'll be cool. But right now, that's when I'm like, I can't die right now. As I'm drinking my fucking third.
Well, yeah, no, I definitely understand that. It's not that I wish to die, but I'm not afraid to die. I'm more afraid of how it will affect the people around me.
Or how I'm gonna die. That's also I don't want to be painful.
Nah. After you die, you're over it.
After you die, you're over it. Well, duh. Of course I'm over it. I'm dead.
Right. So I don't know. I guess I don't fear pain. I more fear, like, psychological trauma. So, like, watching someone else in pain, I think, would be more...
I kind of enjoy it. Sounds really bad. Certain people. I
enjoy watching people get tortured.
Not like that. Not like that, but like if I were to ever become like a phlebotomist, I kind of want to, or like.
I don't know if I'm, like, ready for this conversation with you.
I just stabbed myself with my piercing. Oh my god. It's more of just, like, okay, so it's not, like, I want people to be tortured and suffering. No, I'm not crazy. But, like when I wax people and that they flinch.
Oh, yeah, waxing's kind of fun.
That brings me great joy. Or, like... If I were to give somebody a shot, you know, because I know how I'm a dramatic person when it comes to getting shots, I laugh my ass off because I'm scared. But like, I would like be like know that. Or like take
I can't do
blood,
needles. No, I can't do needles.
People?
Nope. Okay, cool.
Don't ever get pregnant because then you're gonna get take 6 vials of blood from you in the beginning.
It's one of the reasons I don't want kids.
To check for everything, and then you gotta get blood testing throughout. You gotta get poked, drying and checked. Lots of needles involved.
I had like a full
epidural
panic attack one time when I had to get a vaccine. Not a good time, and would not want to repeat. But unfortunately, vaccines exist, and they do exist for a reason. So I will be stuck with a needle again in my life, but don't like it.
Take a CBD before you go on there.
There you go. There's an idea. All right, we're going to move on now to Chicago, Illinois.
Woo-hoo. We're like 6 hours from Chicago.
Yeah. We can stop there someday.
I don't want to be in Chicago.
You don't want to be in Chicago?
Fuck. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a very high crime right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, like, guns are, like, completely, like, banned in Chicago. But, yeah. And some people are a little crazy.
When you don't care about the laws don't make sense.
Exactly.
That wasn't the right way to say that, but I don't know
got
what I'm saying.
You said.
Yeah.
Am I gonna be able to turn it around and say what you just said to me to make it make more sense? No. But my brain up here understood what you were saying.
All right, cool. You understood.
I just can't
Hopefully other people
it out
will.
to the. If
Fair
you
enough.
know, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Leave a review.
Leave a review, yeah. So, we're going to go to the Liars Club. Have you heard of this?
The Liars Club?
The Liars Club. It is a bar.
Oh, I say no. Who the fuck lying? That they want to be in that club? That's my question.
I don't know why it's called the Liars Club. That's just what it's called. So this is a bizarre location. There's definitely something really weird going on. So
we can stop by the Liars Club for a drink.
Yeah, they are, there's apartment buildings up above it.
Okay.
And in 1958, so, okay, I just want to preface this by saying there have been multiple murders here, all unrelated.
Are we sure they're unrelated?
The weird thing about this is they were all in the same apartment. But we're gonna...
How are you gonna say unrelated? Don't lie to me.
Because they're seemingly unrelated, right? Like, these are years and years apart. Like, 10 years apart each.
Okay. So you didn't say that.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. So, 1958. Now, this one is actually just kind of hearsay. There's no evidence to back this
There's no
up.
report or anything?
But it's a very common story that people tell. We have an exact year. So, something had to have happened.
Yeah.
But we don't have anything to back up this.
Oh, okay.
But the story is that in one of the third floor apartments, rumor has it that a woman took an axe to her abusive husband. And
I can understand.
Right? Yes. Not recommended, but understandable.
I understand.
Yeah.
Not recommended. Wouldn't do it myself.
No. Let's think before we act.
Yes, okay? Let's not go to prison for murder.
Agreed. That'd be great. Then 10 years later, in 1968, these next ones do have evidence now. Okay. 1968, yes. The building was a homeless shelter. And this is said to have happened in the same apartment as the original axe murder. There were two guys fighting over a pair of pants.
You know what? It's Chicago. It gets cold in the winter time.
Yeah.
You need a pair of pants.
You do.
And some socks and some shoes.
You do.
Donate to your homeless people, please. For the love of God. If you have anything extra, donate it.
Yes. One guy of these two guys fighting ends up beating this other guy with an old glass pop bottle.
How did it not break?
I mean, who's to say it didn't?
Touché.
And so he beats him bloody and pushes him out of the third floor window.
Oh, that's overkill.
Yep, he dies in the hospital.
As one would.
Yep. Ugh, I'm just imagining, like, the...
Could you imagine if I walked down the street and you, like, get stopped for a second, all of a sudden...
Oh, I have the years wrong here. Let me look this up.
And there's someone, like, on the ground splattered in front of you?
Oh, gosh. That'd
Sorry,
be,
that
like,
was a little
terrible.
It was a little dark.
Well, see, and I was thinking of, like, surviving all the way to the hospital after being beaten bloody with a glass bottle and then pushed out of a window.
You know, I'd be kind of
that's
pissy
gotta be
if
rough.
I, like, just, like, died after the fact. Like, I survived this long.
Hold on. Yeah, 1968. Well, the years here are wrong. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, regardless, we're just going to continue on.
How do you know the dates are wrong?
Because I have also in 1986, which that's not right, because this was, again, years later.
Oh, so... Maybe 76 then.
Yeah, who knows?
86.
Who knows?
86.
But there's... I think...
76. 70.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. But anyway, there are actual newspaper articles about this one.
Ooh.
And so we have Frank and Julia, who are the owners of the bar at the time.
Frank and Julia.
Yes.
I thought you said Frank and Julia.
Oh yeah, Frank and Julia.
Like,
she's Frankenstein.
Who is that? That's a new one. That's the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes. Frank and Julia were owners of the bar at the time.
Okay, cool.
Now, it is said that Julia was very verbally abusive to Frank. And
be a trash panda.
One day, this is bizarre because they lived in the third floor apartment where all these other things happened, and Frank took an axe to Julia. So there are 2 axe murders at this place.
You know what? But I feel it though.
Yeah, no, like I totally get it.
I understand. I get it.
I get the anger, but also
anger.
let's
Problem solve.
How about we direct the anger at in a new way? We figure different ways to release it. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Murder sounds pretty fun.
Okay, but
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm aware.
Becky's aware.
But
Brick's aware. I have very dark humor.
I just want our audience to know we do not condone murder.
We do not condone murder. Don't murder nobody, okay? Make good choices.
Please. Think before we act. That's
like Bailey Sarian says, make good choices.
Yes,
okay?
Always. Frank left Julia's body in the apartment for 6 days before he called the police.
That's smelly.
Uh-huh.
That's flies.
He was convicted of her murder 2 years later. So
you can't really run away from that.
No, I think he tried to plead self-defense.
I can see that.
There's definitely something to that. Yeah, he could have gotten away with it, but he didn't. So those are the 3 murders that happened in this building up on the 3rd floor. Now in the bar, ghosts are seen all the time.
Really?
Yes. People claim to see Julia a lot because she was owner of the bar, and so she did partake a lot in the
Julia, you sound like
bar
a shitty person.
area. I mean, kind of, yeah.
You sound very shitty. I know there's 2 sides to every story,
yeah.
You sound shitty. Sorry, not
and maybe that's why she's still a ghost, because she's like, oof.
She's in purgatory.
Yeah.
Because she's probably not going to right her wrong.
Yep.
And her husband's probably not going to give her the time of day to right her wrong.
Nope.
So, fuck you, Julia.
Yep. People often see a man running up and down the stairs to the apartments from the bar.
Why are we running?
Because he needs to get his pants from this guy who pushed him out.
I'm so fucking dead. He needs to get his pants.
There's also a corner in the bar where everyone says they feel very weird in. And if I'm not mistaken, this corner is directly below the apartment where all of these things happened.
So when we go there, can we sit in that corner?
We can try. I'm not sure which corner it is, but we'll ask and...
We'll ask.
Yeah, we'll ask.
Their food that we get too.
Yeah. So that's the Liars Club in Chicago, Illinois. So now we're moving on to Alabama.
Why'd you say it like that?
That was my Alabama accent.
Roll Tide. That's all I know. Roll Tide. What, college football? Very big in Alabama.
Nothing about college football.
I think it is no Roll Tide. I think it's a college.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, we're gonna go to Mobile.
We are not sports people.
No, not at all.
I may have worked at sports clips.
Occasionally I'll watch a football game, but otherwise, nah.
I watch it on Thanksgiving. That's because my grandma's boyfriend has it on.
There we go.
On the TV.
There's always a good game on Thanksgiving, which is so dumb.
Right, it should be stuff in their face with turkeys, stuffing, and gravy.
Exactly.
And all that good shit.
Exactly. But anyway, we're going to Mobile, Alabama. And there's this thing, this tree called the Boyington Oak. And there's a very creepy story attached to this tree. And I love it. So this tree sits right outside of a cemetery. And the story goes, in the 1830s, a man by the name of Charles Boynton was seen walking with his good buddy Nathaniel Frost near the cemetery. This was the last time anyone had seen Nathaniel Frost alive. He was found stabbed to death near the cemetery shortly after this. So, obvious suspect, Charles Boynton.
As,
Yes.
yeah.
However, Charles Boynton remained adamant that he was innocent, even after he was convicted as guilty. He said, "No, this was not me. I did not do this. Y'all are wrong."
Well, like, what?
I mean, there was no other suspect, to be honest.
But was there evidence? Because there are a lot of...
No, but there was no other suspect.
But, like, we've seen many wrongful convictions and on-side.
Well, and this was in the 1830s, too. They really didn't have the resources
They really didn't care.
Right. Well, I think they cared. They just didn't have the resources to, like, gather DNA and all this stuff. It was all just hearsay. Like, oh, yeah, I saw them walking together by the cemetery, which is where he was found stabbed to death. Right. So it's, like, all circumstantial.
Yeah.
But anyway, on the day of his execution, Charles Boynton proclaimed that a mighty oak would grow from the spot he was buried from his heart to prove that he was innocent. And that's exactly what happened.
I want to know where he got that idea from.
Who knows?
Like, did someone come to you? Is there a little premonition?
Who knows?
That's my thing. Like, what happened?
But I just think that's awesome. He's recorded as saying that at his execution. And the oak tree is actually outside of the cemetery wall, but there are records that show the wall was moved back at the beginning of the 20th century. And historical documents say that that is the spot where Charles Boynton was buried. People claim to see him standing by the tree, too. And they kind of hear him, like, there's weird things happen by this tree.
Pop off.
And I think that's so cool.
Oh, it's definitely cool. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Where's that again? Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
Wait,
what?
it's where, Alabama?
Mobile.
Mobile.
Yes.
Mobile.
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 Mobile. I apologize to all the southern folk.
Mobile.
Yeah.
Mobile.
Stop saying Mobile.
Alabama.
Yes.
Say it again.
No.
Say it again.
Why?
Say it again.
Why?
Just say it again.
Mobile, Alabama. Am I saying it wrong?
I don't know.
I can't.
It sounded a little weird to me. I don't know.
Okay, well,
I don't think you said it wrong.
I know they say things weird in Alabama. So, they might pronounce it different.
Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mobile.
Mobile. Moving on. This is my last one, so we gotta make it count. Yeah. Listen, I was gonna talk about the Moonville Tunnel, but you know,
you can add on and add commentary into what I gotta say about it too.
Yes. I am excited because I didn't do a whole lot of research on that, so I just did a little snippet because this was supposed to be just a bunch of like small little things. Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the St. Augustine Lighthouse. You look like you don't know this one.
Where is it at?
In Florida, St. Augustine. Okay, so this lighthouse dates as far back as 1589. It wasn't always a lighthouse.
But say what the fuck they got lighthouse?
Yes, but like the United States can't even date back that far. So like this is old. Also, St. Augustine is the oldest city in America.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
We're not going to talk about Jamestown because that's the oldest British colony in America, different than the oldest city. So, founded by founded in quotations.
I'll say, well, founded?
Yeah.
Stolen?
By the Spanish, I guess, not the Spain, the Spanish.
Can we just say Becky's gone to college like 18,000 times? Okay, she has not many.
I technically have 3 different degrees.
See?
I only have, my highest degree is a bachelor's degree, so I don't have a PhD or anything. But I have an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, and then a certificate, if you can count that as a degree.
Certificate's beauty school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. I didn't study history though, so, But anyway. So it was first a watchtower used during the days of the Spanish colonization. So the city of Augustine has a very long history itself, and there's a lot of interesting facts about that, but we're not going to get too deep into that because this is about the lighthouse.
We're talking about the lighthouse.
But there were quite a few conflicts between the British and the Spanish and the French.
Okay.
As you know, the British ended up destroying the Spanish in America. That's our history. We're British. Woohoo. Anyway.
Woohoo.
But the lighthouse in 1871 was actually turned into a lighthouse.
Okay.
During the construction of the lighthouse, a man by the name of Hezekiah Pitty moved with his
name.
I know, right? And I hope I'm saying that right. I could be. It's Hezekiah. Hezekiah.
Sure.
Yeah. So he and his family moved to St. Augustine to oversee this construction. He had 4 children. There was one day 3 of his 4 children were playing at the construction site with another unidentified little black girl who is assumed to be one of the daughters of the construction workers.
Okay, yeah.
They had these carts there that presumably were used to move materials and equipment around.
Right.
And they were playing in these carts at the construction site. And I guess the cart flipped over. And 2 of the Pitty children and the little black girl died. They were ages 15, 13, and 10.
Aye.
These kids, though, are seen and heard playing in and around the lighthouse still to this day.
They're still playing.
Right?
A good old time.
Right? There is a story about a group that was there for a tour.
Okay.
And they stopped at a landing as the tour guide was telling a story. And when they went to continue upward, someone's shoelaces was tied to the landing. Because the kids...
Wow.
I love it.
Falling up the stairs, I feel hurts way more than falling down the stairs.
But that's such something that, like, a 15, 13, or 10-year-old would do.
A kid thing to do. A
right?
kid joke to do.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I love it.
I also don't tie my bootlaces to the landing.
No, I would hate that. Like, if that happened to me personally, I would hate it. But I love that this is a story from there.
I'd be so angry.
How painful would that be to just fall on those metal stairs?
I'd be pissed as shit. Because they're steep.
That'd be so painful.
They're steep.
Oh, yeah. That'd be so
not only
painful.
am I scared that I'm going to fall, now that I just fall up the stairs, but now I'm scared that I'm going to fall back down these steep-ass metal stairs. They metal, or they're wood.
Yeah.
Maybe even concrete.
Maybe.
But hurt.
Yeah.
They hurt.
Yeah.
Okay? So I'm going to fall down these steps, but then I'm going to, or go over the side of the landing, and then I'm dangling by the landing from my shoestrings, and then it's either like, someone's got to help you up and get you.
I'm just
get you in time. So your foot doesn't fall out the boot.
I'm just picturing someone hanging from their shoelace.
And mind you, it might get tight, but my boots are loose. So my boot would just clock my fucking foot, and then I'm dead. Depending on how high up.
No, it is definitely very dangerous.
Or someone That's my thing. I'd be pissed. I about 15 ways I could have just died from y'all tying my bootlaces to this landing.
Yeah.
Hurt. Mm-hmm. Ouch. Mm-hmm. Not a good time.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's like being poked, okay? You want to irk my soul? Poke me and tie my shoelaces to a landing in a lighthouse.
Okay, it's definitely very different than being poked. You could actually die from falling off a landing at a lighthouse. You can't die from being poked.
No, but I could be very irritated.
Well, yeah, it is irritating. I agree. But I just think that's a hilarious story.
Because you never know what's going to
happen. Like, I love that. Because it's like, these kids are still kids, and I love it.
But let's not try and kill people while tying their shoes to a landing.
No. We do not condone tying shoelaces to landings.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
To you.
Well...
No.
There's also a story of a guy who was painting the lighthouse, and up at the top he fell to his death. See? Yeah. He's seen sometimes just walking around.
Shit, I would be too.
Yeah. I also distinctly remember, and I can't find this anywhere, there was an episode of Ghost Hunters where they went to the St. Augustine Lighthouse, and I'm almost positive it was the St. Augustine Lighthouse. Almost positive. Okay. It could be a different lighthouse, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
But they caught this insane image of a figure leaning over the railing at the top looking down at them. You know what I'm talking about. Exactly. I can't find it anywhere. And I'm almost positive it was this location.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
I've also seen that, and I want to say it's Ghost Hunters.
I know it was Ghost Hunters, because I remember this episode so specifically in my brain. And I remember Jay freaking out about it.
That sounds about right.
Yes. And it was so cool. So cool. But yeah, I can't find that exists anywhere. No, they have a Return to St. Augustine Lighthouse for Ghost Hunters, but they don't have the original episode anywhere.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know.
Have to get the DVD or something.
Well, maybe, like, it was faked or something. I hate to say that.
I don't think they faked their shit.
But why is it not there then? Like, where is it? What happened to it?
Didn't they change channels and where they air their stuff?
That episode still exists somewhere.
Yeah, but the people who originally owned that first rights to the episode probably are just, took it off because they're pissed at the Ghost Hunter went to a different channel.
Okay, but, like, also, that's one of the most compelling pieces of evidence, like, ever.
That's squirrel. I'm sorry. Squirrels.
Squirrel?
There's an albino squirrel at my house.
You told me this last week when you also saw the squirrel out there.
But, it's being petty.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm disappointed because I would love to see that again to see how it holds up in my memory. If it's as cool as I remember it being.
It's probably still as cool.
Oh, I just have such a clear memory of that. But anyway, a lot of ghost groups have gone there. BuzzFeed Unsolved went there. Love that. Who else? There's other people who went there too. Pretty much everyone has been there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's open to the public. It's,
Yeah.
Easily accessible.
Right.
And very haunted.
Easily accessible and very haunted. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Appreciate it. So those are the haunted locations I have for you today. Don't choke, please.
I'm good.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't just die on me right here and right now. Thank you. So yeah, that's what I've got for you.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Those are pretty cool places to go.
Yeah.
We'll have to go, and then we'll talk about Moonville.
Moonville next week. Get ready.
This is so exciting.
That's really funny.
I hate
that's funny that that's the first thing I have on my list, too.
Right.
Oh, it's a weird place, though. I'm excited to hear more about it.
Place.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Sweet. You can follow us on Instagram or TikTok.
TikTok.
If you want more of us. We're working on getting our Patreon up and running. But we do have a Patreon.
We sure do.
There's not much to it right now, but we're working on it.
We're getting there.
Anything you have to add?
No.
Sweet.
Ah.
It's been spooky.
It'd be spooky.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.